But I still like the mask. However, the problem is Nick Cage ain't behind the mask, so it did kind of look
Nick
weirder.
Cage.
Not Nick Cage, Nick Castle. Sorry, we're on the damn Nick Cage cycle.
Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
The boogeyman's in the corner. Oh, that's very Danger! This is it. Don't get scared now.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's right over there. Today we're doing a freaking awesome ranking for the Halloween franchise. We're going to be ranking all of the freaking Michael Myers masks in the Halloween franchise. We're stoked about it. We've been looking forward to doing this for a whole time. Brett's over there. He's ready. He's got his mask on, and I'm saying, take that damn thing off.
Well, hold on a minute. Like, I'm Michael Myers. I gotta be Michael Myers. God, Myers, I sound like Goofy in this thing, huh, man?
Man, it's hot in that thing. I'm not sure how freaking Michael Myers can be wearing that for like hours, man. So,
yeah, it definitely gets a little warm in those things for sure, man. But man, I'm stoked today. Today's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk some shitty masks. We're gonna talk some good masks, and we're gonna talk everything in the middle.
oh man, I am ready. And how we're going to be doing this today, ladies and gents, is we're going to be doing 11 masks. So it's going to be like the main mask from each movie, excluding Halloween 3, even though we absolutely love those masks, because I still got them right here. But absolutely love them, but there's not Michael Myers mask. So we're going to exclude them. And we're also going to exclude the bandage mask from Halloween 4, even though that's originally in my top 5, but we discussed and we were like, it's still not the classic Michael Myers look, so we're going to leave that off the list as well. But I just want to give those particular masks a shout out before we get started.
Yeah, dude, I think it's definitely better than what we ended up getting. Of course, we have the HalloScream Review Series coming up in July. So
July
this is all
25th.
Ooh, yeah, this is all kind of leading up to that. We're going to have a lot of fun between now and then beyond as well, and we're really excited about it. So join us for that party. Hit the subscribe button, all that, because we're going to be here ready to rock. And of course, we could probably put the playlist for some stuff right up there.
Okay, I'll put it right there. We'll see what we can do. So, man, without further ado, didn't mean to rhyme right there. Let's get started. So, do you want to go first with number 11?
Yeah, I'll go first. Number 11's an easy decision. It's freaking Halloween 5. That dog shit from a horse's ass mask will get in Halloween 5. The one that doesn't get tucked in, the one that's flopping around, the one that's freaking it's awful. He takes it on the river ride there at the beginning of the movie. It gets wet, and I guess it expands out because it looks like freaking, what does it look like, Brett, man?
Nicolas Cage.
What is it? Oh, no, not the beast!
Nicolas Cage, man, except it does have a neck, so it's necked Cage at the end of the day. Not naked Cage, because that would be better. This thing fucking sucks.
Oh, man. Tell me how you really feel. Normally, I would agree with you, but that particular mask gets a little bit growing on me. So my dead-ass last Michael Myers mask at number 11 is going to be the H2O mask. And that could be like any 3 masks. Hell, you could combine all 3 of them. It still ain't going to make a damn difference. So you think the CGI mask could friggin' save the movie? That's not fair because I do enjoy the third act of that movie. But the mask, absolute trash. It deserves to go to the lowest of the low. They had 3 chances, 3 strikeouts. It's out of there, dead ass last.
You know what? I concur. I think if they did stick with the one at the beginning, from the H6 mask, it would have been fine. But the other one's just, the main mask blows ass, and that's why it's my number 10, actually, is the mask from Halloween H2O. And I'll tell you the worst part about it is those damn eyeballs, man. The whole movie, the freaking eye holes are this big. You can see Michael's running around. He gets kicked in the balls at one point, and he goes, whoop! And like all that stuff, it's just, it looks silly. The whole thing just takes you out. It's the opposite of what Michael's for. And the hair is atrocious too. It looks like he's got the afro thing going on. And that we'll talk about more again with another mask, but it sucked in this one too. Horrible hair, horrible mask all around. The eye holes were cut out from freaking, it looks like a discount Michael Myers mask you would get with the eye holes. And it doesn't have a good vibe for it at all.
No, absolutely not. So let's play the good old switcheroo because my number 10 is Halloween 5 mask, or AKA the Necklace Cage mask, or Neck Cage. Um, yeah, like again, it's starting to grow on me. It was dead ass last, but for some reason, I'm like having a little soft spot for it. It is still awful, especially like anytime you can get a mask to tuck in like it's supposed to, it's definitely going to put you off. It's just going to put you off. Let's just say like that. It doesn't look good. They make the mistake in shining it a lot, like in the spotlight. And I feel like that's a mistake. It should be more in the shadows. So that is why my number 10 is the Halloween 5 mask.
Dude, it looks silly, man. Like it's so bad that when you see it in the background, when Michael's supposed to be creeping around in the background, it's a big sore thumb back there, and it's like, what is going on with this guy coming out of the closet like a freaking? He's standing there, he's hiding back there, but he's not really hiding. He's just standing there, and the mask is a big part of what makes it goofy looking. Atrocious, man. Definitely in the bottom of everybody's list, I think. Number 9 for me is the Halloween Resurrection mask. I don't think this one's this one's trending into, if we're doing like a tier list per se, this would be a slightly better tier. Still dog shit, but not out of a horse's ass. This one's right out of a dog's ass, so it's a little bit better. I think it's decent. The hair is what sucks big time on this one for me. Again, kind of like H2O, it's got the afro thing going on. I don't like it. They did change the facial features too a little bit to kind of look, I don't know, a little bit meaner, but it's still, I just don't like the mask. It doesn't bring me good vibes when I'm looking at it. It doesn't feel like original Halloween, and it doesn't feel, I don't know. It doesn't help the movie sucks too.
No!
But I don't like it at any point. Slightly more than the last two, but this is, yeah, as high as up as it can go.
Yeah, and I don't blame you because I am also the Resurrection at my let's see here, my number 9 is also Halloween Resurrection. I don't like it. Like it does a good job like hiding more in the shadows, kind of like what I wanted Halloween 5, or kind of like what Halloween 5 to do. It did a really good job at that, but I can still see the eyes at times saying that is a major no-no for me. And Resurrection, again, did a little better for Halloween 5, but still not up to par of what I want the mask to be like. So that's why Halloween Resurrection is my number 9.
Good call, my friend. Number 8 for me is Halloween 4. And this is another one that just freaking almost ruins the movie because it's so goofy, but it has grown on me a little bit over the years. It's not as bad as the last 4 the last several we've talked about. It's kind of creepy still. At least it's got that going for it, but it still is just like, if they would have done a better mask, this movie would have been a lot better. This thing really does kind of take you out of that vibe from time to time, and really kind of takes this movie down a peg because of this, what he's wearing. Again, there's moments when it's decent, it's fine. There's some times when he's in the dark with Brady in the house when he's about to freaking chop him up or like break his neck and shit.
He's got broken up, bitch. He can't work. So
that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I can withstand this, but I still really dislike this mask, and really both of them in the movie. The pink-haired one, the bandage is much better, Brittman, that you talked about earlier.
Oh, dude, absolutely. But again, the rules are the rules. We establish them. And Brad, I'm going to just join you on that because my number 8 is also Halloween 4, that mask. Kind of like you, that is another mask that's also grown on me a little bit. I'm liking better because at least with this mask, they do a great job making it the blackest eyes. Does a really good job of that. However, it's still off-putting. Like the mask, like it looks okay, but damn, imagine if we would have gotten the advertised mask from the original Halloween 4 poster. Do you remember that mask?
Yeah, dude, that movie would have been freaking
that mask would have been like top 5 automatically, like beat out the bandage. We wouldn't even talk about the bandage, but we get what we get, so that's why it's going to be at number 8 for me, boss.
I hear you, man. And good call in the eyes. That is one reason why it's higher than the others, is because it covers those eyes up the whole movie. So it's awesome. Mm-hmm. Next in the list. Now, the rest of these, I really dig the rest of all these masks. Some of them are better than others, but none of these, in my opinion, are dog shit. They're all pretty solid. And number 7, it might surprise a couple people, but number 7 for me is Rob Zombie Halloween, the first one. I like it. I think this mask is badass, dude. I really dig it all the way throughout. This is the first time we saw the kind of weathered mask look from Michael, which I thought was really cool. There's a couple times that I thought it just kind of looked a little cheap, and that's why I have it a little bit lower than some of the other ones. But for the most part, I think it's a really solid mask. It's scary. It's one of the most intimidating masks on the list, I think. And yeah, I really like it. It just feels bigger because Tyler Mane is bigger, and this mask feels bigger. It feels huge, especially earlier in the movie. I thought it was creepy when they put it on Little Michael too.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. So I will easily be talking about that mask here a little later on. But for right now, my number 7, we're gonna go a little bit of Halloween 2. Because that mask was this again the same mask they used in the original 1978 movie, but kind of the mask got a little bit broken up, bitch. It had to come out retirement and go right back to work, though. Nick Castle wasn't behind that mask in Halloween 2, and that's kind of like what put everything off. Like the mask looked weirder on the new Dick Warlock, but he still did a good job, like portraying as Michael. But this is just the mask ranking, so it just kind of looked weird. It just wasn't it is, but I did love like the bloods running down the eyes, like that mask exists. Like on Trick or Treat Studios, and that's badass,
Sexy.
and I would love to own that. But without those blood running, it's just an okay mask for me. So my number 7 is the Halloween 2 mask, and from here on out, it is from good to amazing.
Right. Yeah, these are all winners, man.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love. Yeah. Okay. Number 6 for me, Halloween 6. Dope mask, man. This is after we get dog shit for 2 movies in a row. They come back strong with this freaking badass mask. And they what even better is they use it right within the movie. There's a lot of good shots of him in darkness and stuff, and it's awesome. And again, kind of like the Rob Zombie one, this one feels a little thicker. It feels a little bigger because George P. Wilbur was a big dude, and you know he looked good in the role, and his full aesthetic was good. I really like this thing. It kind of feels a little bit more like whitewashed in a way, and the hair looks good. And it's intimidating. This is a scary mask. I like it a lot.
All right, man. That is an excellent pick, and again, I'll be talking about that here in a little bit. However, my number 6, we're going to go a little bit to the Rob Zombie territory, but instead of Rob Zombie's Halloween, we're going to be talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Kind of like with the half mask kind of ordeal, like just the decay of it. Which, first off, absolutely love that approach with the Halloween mask. Just kind of like the mask like decaying on itself. So it's not a full mask, and we never seen anything like that in a Halloween movie before. So I appreciate Rob Zombie having the balls to take that approach, not just with the Halloween franchise, just with the look of Michael Myers too, or as a lot of people call him, Hobo Myers. But it just freaking works, man. Especially with the mask design with the hobo look, like it's great. I love it. So that is why my number 6 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Right on, man. I'll let me piggyback a little bit off of that because my number 5 is the same mask, Rob Zombie Halloween 2. I love the hell out of this thing from the opening of the movie all the way throughout because it changes, right? It based on what Michael's going through, it changes, and I thought that was really cool. The beginning of it's covered in blood from when he got shot at the end of the first movie by Laurie, and it was cool. It was super neat, and then some of it gets ripped off later in the movie. You get to see like the two sides, like you get to see like the mask and then half of Michael's face. I think that's cool. Again, I understand that it's not really what you want to see from like the original run of movies, but this is Rob Zombie's world. This is a different universe. This is a different take on Michael. And for this take, I think it's brilliant. I really dig it. It's intimidating. Once again, the mask is weathered. It's showing the battle that he's been through and the shit that he's been going through. And I really like that. And what I also really like about it is just like the way he just kind of carries it around and he pops it on whenever shit's about to hit the fan. He's like, let me put this mask on and tear it up. And I like that part of it a lot too. And man, it just gets bloody. It gets nasty. And I just, for that reason, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And of course, with our Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, we'll explain more of that approach because Brad said it perfectly with a different universe. With those 2 Rob Zombie movies, we will go into detail why we feel like all that works because we're big fans of both of Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. But my number 5, we're going to do another like switcheroo there. Kind of like how you talked about Halloween 6 at your number 6. I'm going to talk about it my number 5. So my number 5 is from Halloween 6. again, I feel like this is I haven't seen a great balance of this mask since the original, with like kind of like the shade of the darkness, like shading in with the mask, and kind of like the blue, and sometimes has like a blue filter a little bit. It kind of helps the mask a little bit with the shadows. And of course, we get the
Yes.
blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, the hair, freaking looks slick. Perfect. It ain't poofy, it ain't weird. It's perfect. It's just perfect, man. And it's just I loved it in this movie. It works. It's just badass. So my number 5 is the Halloween 6 mask.
Oh, it's a great one, man. I want to get that mask too.
I think it's on
Okay,
Sugar Free Studios too.
I know, man. I want them all. Number 4 for me is the newest one, Halloween Kills, man. Same kind of reason for. First off, it's a compliment to the 2018 mask because that's what this is modeled after. The 2018 mask is fantastic. We'll get into that, but that mask is so good. And then you kind of like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It shows the aftermath of everything Michael's been going through of the night of Halloween in 2018. And it's got, the burn marks, the hairs chart. It's really cool, really good design. Again, the blood on the face is cool from when he got shot. It's like, dude, it's like in Jason 7 when we see Jason run around. He's got every bullet hole and freaking cut he's ever had in the whole franchise, like leading up to that point. Like, it's cool. I like to see that stuff. And this mask does a great job of that. And it's creepy too, man.
Dude, absolutely creepy. And I'm going to just continue this chicken fried motherfucker kind of mask here. At number 4, it is the Halloween Kills mask. As you said before, I did love the transition from the Halloween 2018 mask and what it would look like in the aftermath after the fire. I love how kind of like just to see that effect. And plus, they did a really good job, like with the details coloring in. Because if you get like the original Trick or Treat Studio mask, it's all yellow and it doesn't look great. But these guys handled it with absolute care, and it just looks absolutely fantastic too. Again, we get more of the blackest eyes, we get more of the shadow, but when we do see them, we see more of the crispy side versus the clean side, and I think it's just as badass. So my number 4 is the Halloween Kills mask.
Yeah, dude. Christopher Nelson, man, that was dope. Okay, so before we crack the top 3, I got a question. What do you think they would have came if they were to do Halloween 9 after Resurrection, after he was a crispy fried motherfucker and the mask completely melted? What do you think they were gonna, what were they going to do with this character after that? Do you think he would have got a new mask the same? They would have just had the melted ass mask going forward, or do you think they would have just given the clown mask again, Pennywise mask? What do you think?
Honestly, that's kind of like the same question you can actually ask for about Halloween Ends and what the mask is going to look like. Like if he's still going to use the crispy mask or like the freaking melted ice cream mask for Resurrection. But in my opinion, I would think if that whole mask is burned up, bitch, it can no longer work or no longer operate. So I would just do just a brand new clean mask to wipe the slate clean.
I think so too. That because it got so burnt and melted and stuff. I didn't like the look of that.
Especially Resurrection, but for Halloween Kills, you can easily use that mask again.
Absolutely, man. I think so too. Okay, so number 3 for me, it's Halloween 2018, man. I thought this thing was brilliant, and again, this is the best mask creation that they've done since the original one in 1978. This looks just like the movie. It looks like it could be the exact same mask from 1978. Just weathered after a few years. I think it looks fantastic. It brings us back to 78. It looks great at nighttime. There's a couple times when I thought like it looks, I don't know, the only reason I have it at 3 and not 2 is because I think there's a couple times in the movie where it just kind of looks like Michael's just an old man, because it's all wrinkled and stuff, like, which I get it. It looks cool. I'm not complaining about it. This is, I wouldn't change anything about it. But, I'll get into more reasons with my number 2 and my number 1. But I think it's fantastic at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, I'm just going to jump along there because my number 3 is Halloween 2018 as well. And what I kind of like what you said, after like, what is it, 40 years since Michael last wore the mask. What the mask looks like now is so damn accurate, and I do love it. I also the more detail, the grayness to it, like a perfect shade of gray. Really like it as well. Still see the blackest eyes, devil's eyes for mostly of the movie, but kind of like what's off-putting to it. I feel like it's just shown too much in the daylight too, and I feel like that or
Yeah,
just too
that
much lighting to it, where they should have done the 78 approach and just make it more appear evil and dark and just like in the shadows, because that mask, it would have looked super damn creepy in the shadows. But I feel like there's at times in 2018, there's just too much light on that mask, so it'll exploit a little bit of the flaws it has. So my number 3 is 2018.
I think that's a good point. I think really the reason that I do have there's a couple times in the movie where it just feels kind of weird is I think it is because it's just overlit. Because in the scenes like with at nighttime with Oscar and stuff, like it's brilliant. And then any other time, like whenever Laurie's kind of like chasing them around the house, all that stuff's great. All the stuff at the end is great.
And
But
at Vicky's house, it was too kind of like brighten a little bit in her room.
yeah.
Like it's just like that's where it kind of looked weird to me. Like they should have done a little more darkness with that.
Yeah, it just looked a little funny at a couple times in the movie, but overall, I think it's perfection. I don't have any complaints other than that. Number 2 for me, man, this may be not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, it's Halloween 2. Obviously, like you said, it's the same mask. It's literally the exact same mask from 1. It fits differently on Dick Warlock than it did Nick Castle, but I'm very nostalgic for Halloween 2. This is the one I watched the most growing up, this movie, and this Michael to me has always been really creepy and just. I thought they utilized the mask well in the movie. I thought it looks great. The way it kind of is a little distorted compared to the first movie. I don't know. I'm drawn to it. I like this one a lot. Seeing him kind of creeping around the hospital with this mask, the way it fits. Is kind of cool. It looks a little tighter, I guess, than it did in the first one, but it still feels, legit. And going back and watching it, I can really appreciate the fact that they use the exact same mask. I think that's really cool because a lot of times you won't see that. Big win for this one is the end when he gets shot in the eyes and the blood streaming down. I thought that was awesome. And again, just it's utilized well for the most part in the darkness in the movie, and it's great.
Yeah, and it's just a shame too. With that particular mask, they did not give it back to Nick Castle. That's the biggest crime out of that whole story, with he giving it back to him, and they didn't give that mask back to him. So yeah, that's just what grinds my gears about that.
Yeah, well, they had it. Yeah, because they gave it to Deborah Hill, and she had it under her bed for years, and it collected nicotine, and it turned a little yellow, hence what's colored a little bit different. And you can really tell around the neck; it just looks kind of different. And then I think Dick Warlock ended up keeping it, if I'm not mistaken, right after the movie.
I can't remember who did, but I just know at the end of the day that Nick Castle should have been the one to hold on to it.
Yeah, for sure. Because whoever did hang on to it didn't really take care of it. It should have been preserved like a mofo.
Yeah,
but
it is what it is. But my number 2, absolutely love this mask. I could maybe in the future see this could potentially be number 1. Now, who am I kidding? Number 1 is number 1. But my number 2 is Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first one. When after he gets out of Smith's Grove and he retrieves the mask at the old broken house of his the Myers house, and he gets that mask and just raises it up. First off, one of the best shots in the entire franchise, because that is just so awesome. And just what I love about the mask is just how much it's dirty, it's nasty, because again, it was hide under that floorboard. And plus, awesome. It's just the movie, it's just dark and nasty as well. So you gotta have a dark and nasty mask, and it's exactly Rob Zombie nailed the mask design and everything like he and his team did. If you watch the Rob Zombie's Halloween documentary, they really go behind the details on the formation of the mask, and it's just absolutely beautiful to see that whole process. It's just the mask works in the movie as well. And I know a lot of people because we see his eyes, like that. But again, different type of Michael Myers and Halloween universe. And again, we'll go more into detail about that. So I was okay with that. So my number 2 is Rob Zombie's Halloween.
It's a good call, man. I love that thing. That was such a whenever that movie came out, it was such a refreshing mask, man, compared to the last few we saw, going all the way back to Halloween 4. Fantastic. Okay, so I guess 6 was good. Number 1, I mean, easy peasy, man. It's going to be 1978 Halloween. I mean, this thing, not only is it the best Halloween mask, it's my favorite horror movie mask of all time. I mean, there's really nothing that competes with it in my mind. I like it better than Jason's mask. I mean, anything, nothing for me at least, nothing competes with it. the way this thing, the design they had at the time, freaking William Shatner with some white paint on it, some, a couple of the little tweaks, and it's
Removing
just
the eyebrows.
yeah, it's that simple, and it looks amazing. It's so creepy, but it's also it just matches the character. Like when Loomis is talking, that white, pale, emotionless face, that's what this mask it is. There's no emotion to it. What's really cool about it is that although there is no emotion to it, depending on what scene, the expressions on the face look different. So that is really cool. Like you could see it. Sometimes it looks like he's kind of smiling, and other times it looks like he's like maybe a little mad. Like it's cool the way that they're able to kind of change the shot up a little bit to kind of give him his own life and expressions and things like that. Really cool stuff. Really brilliant. The way it contrasts with the darkness of most of the movie, the way it's in the background when he attacks Laurie coming out of the closet, and whenever whenever he's always in the background, like when he's driving the car and stuff, and you can kind of see him in the background and stuff. It's just that white mask really stands out when he's off in the distance. Even at daylight, you can't see the mask very well, but it's like, you can see that white mask kind of out there floating around, and it's just iconic, man. This is one of the best things of all time.
Yeah, dude, and I can't blame you. Like, nothing beats the original. This guy right down here. So number one is the original Halloween, 1978. Kind of like what you say, the pale, blank, emotionless face. That mask, look, it has like no emotions at all, and that's just what's freaking scary to look down at. Like a force like of evil, and it just shows nothing, while the Jason mask kind of like I know it's a hockey mask, but you can just tell with its eyes it just shows the face. And of course Freddy Krueger, it's all burned up, but this one, it's just we never know what his emotion is and what he's thinking, and the mask helps kind of like build that character like you stated too. It's just absolutely brilliant. Just the perfect amount of darkness of the lighting just really makes this mask creepy as well. We don't really see a clear look of it. Like the closest we ever got to is like again when he's attacking Laurie in the closet, and we get that quick shot of the light and all that, but again it works. And of course one of my favorite shots in horror of all time is when Laurie finds her friends and she's sitting on the wall and there's that shadow, and just how the masks appear. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and just the mask helps that scene enhance. And I can't say nothing great things about the mask. It freaking like fan films and everything, even Halloween 2018, this mask is an inspiration to the horror genre and to the Halloween franchise, and nothing will ever beat it. So number one will always be Halloween 1978.
Absolutely, dude. Nothing beats it. When he's back there, when Annie's like freaking changing and stuff, and he's back there like in the dark, and you just see the mask there. It's just, but like you said, you don't really actually see it. And you just kind of see the silhouette, and you see that little white speck of a mask, and it's like, you can't really make out the features, but it's like, it's there. It's iconic, man.
Yeah, and what's also, and I can't remember which documentary or interview I watched, but this person, damn, I wish I kind of knew who said this so I could give him credit. But like what they said is with the white, pale, emotionless face, when the victim looks at Michael, they can imagine, they almost imagine like that mask being anything, kind of like a look, really. It's just a great way to look about it. Like just like seeing the white face, it's just imagining in your head what the face actually looks like, or the mask looks like through their eyes. And I feel like that's why I kind of love the white approach of the mask.
It's awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, that is our top 11 masks of the Halloween franchise. That is a freaking doozy. Like, because again, like to a point where there's some that suck and there's others that we really appreciate it. And of course, we always love to hear from you guys. So, what did you all think about our Halloween mask rankings? Did you agree with our list, or do you have your list that's a lot different from ours? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Twitter. Those links are down below for you to find.
Abso-freaking-lutely, and be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe, and of course ring that bell, ding ding ding, so you all know when the next set of Halloween videos is up and ready. And again, we are building up to the HalloScream Review Series with the other YouTubers and us. That will start on July the 25th, so definitely hit that notification bell, not just for our channels, but for those other channels as well. And until then, we will see you guys for the next one.
See you later.